What's up? Surprise, surprise! Our follow-up to Mario Odyssey is Donkey Kong Country, the original Super Nintendo version. Look at those graphics. I don't really think I saved a lot. Just move on through the menus. There really isn't much of an introduction. That's basically the story. We're on our way to Congo Jungle. Is it bizarre? Like, this map kind of insinuates that Donkey Kong is like a relative of King Kong because unless somehow the family's just like shaped this whole island out of like the image of their head. I think that's actually I don't know. What is the idea there? Why are they Kongs? Why is he a donkey? So I make no claims about being good at this game. Oh shit. See, if you're Diddy there, you can actually get that thing pretty early. But I have been playing. I just finished this recently. And I had such fun that I wanted to kind of like pass it along. And demonstrate one of the classics. And to me, this is definitely a classic. Jump into here. This is where I go when I'm at... when I'm at one of the later stages and I'm running low on lives and I need to head back to like gain lives. I go back to this level because it's so easy to get lives here. Spencer, what's up? Oh my god, I was clicking a button. That's okay, it doesn't matter. This level is really, really quick. Most levels are actually really, really quick when you actually know what you're doing. Which is obviously like not the case for the whole... What the... I'm just messing around here. That's my cover. Bad start. Shit. This ostrich is so OP. There's at least a few stages where you can kind of just skip the whole thing, or at least large segments of the level. What is up, Spencer? This lasts a lot longer than I always think it does. Plenty of time. Dude, 10 is the prime. You must be probably around my age then. But the age of 10 is what I think is like the primo age to like influence a child, because when you're 10, you're just starting to be like independent and have your own interests. And I remember getting VHSs of this game, or at least seeing commercials online. Okay, yeah, you're about my age then. And this game blew my mind. I was like, what are these graphics? Actually, true story, I remember being in like grade 7, something like that. I think it was 7. And one of my buddies had I never had a Super Nintendo actually, so the Super Nintendo was always like unbelievable to me. It was like I thought of it as like being just like the ultimate thing that I never had, and it always bothered me that I never had one. But anyway, he had a Nintendo Power, and he was showing me some of the pictures of Super Mario RPG, and I was like, dude, this is not Super Nintendo, this is like the next thing, this is too advanced. And then when the N64 came out, I was like, oh, never mind. But I legit thought that graphics like that, Super Mario RPG, just weren't possible on the Super Nintendo. Oh, how do you show up again? What's up, AMD? This is like a game. You need a flow state to do well in this game. If you're not in the flow state, you're in trouble. Just swap over to Diddy. Diddy time. That's something that I don't know if Nintendo was very good at. This isn't really a Nintendo game, it's a Rare game, right? So, I'd be curious to see if they really try to make this game flow so well, because it really does. Like, if you know where the enemies are, you're just bouncing, you're hopping, you're having a good time. I don't remember that type of flow from like Mario games. It can happen, but it's not like, it's not the same thing. This one's almost like rhythmic. It's like if you do it well, you don't even stop moving. How do you get that? There we go. AMD. You know what else I like? There's another game that I admired later on for graphics, and it was just like, it seems so random now, but I remember getting a VHS like preview thing, just like you were saying, for Turok 2, and just like going over that, they were like talking about how they had like, I don't even remember what it was. It was like something they were using to make the polygons less abrasive, I guess. Some kind of technology like smoothed everything out. But I remember watching that over and over again. I was like freeze framing on like a shitty VHS, which, you know, it's not easy to do. Like sometimes you get it. So you probably remember VHS too. So basically, if you freeze frame on VHS, like every now and then a frame will just be like garbage, which is kind of funny. Before digital age. But anyway, I would do that with Turok, and then I remember watching like, oh my god, look at when an animal like dies in the water, that the blood like dissipates in the water. I thought that was insane. Kids Day, man, don't appreciate. I missed the O. Oh shit. What? What is that link, Spencer? Hold on, I'm gonna go to that quick. Yo, Unreal. I actually played Unreal as well. What is the significance of this, though? Actually, funny enough, like, oh my god, so many like old school gaming stories, but when I first got a Voodoo graphics card, which doesn't even exist anymore, the first thing I did was play Unreal, and that was like the first time I'd seen graphics that weren't like software renderers, like had a video card backing it, and it like blew my mind. It was like the first time I'd seen like 60 frames a second, I think. My eyes came out. So this thing can kill these guys, right? Can it kill these octopi? I tend to play these games actually pretty cautiously. I apologize if it's slow. No! Okay. Oh, back. Yo, I didn't know that was there. That was designed for people to make that mistake. Guys, listen to the music. It's like you listen to this and your heart rate just goes down automatically. You have no choice. Just relax. I don't think I've got these. Oh, shit. AMD, why don't you like the idea of the SNES Classic? It's amazing. It's my favorite. I was hoping to get an N64 Classic at Comic-Con, because that's when they've done it in the past. Should have used that momentum. What is the point of this? It's just like a fancy way to get these 2 bananas. I do not approve. I think it's honestly an introduction to this concept. For noobs. There we go. Isn't that fun? Yes, Donkey Kong Country, it is fun. I'm sure there's better things to do with that, but whatever. What? What? That was ridiculous. You guys saw that. It's on his head. This makes me so nervous. Easy, easy. How do you get that one? That one's tough. Yeah, but AMD, the argument against that is that, I mean, to be honest, you don't with an emulator, you're not getting really a very accurate emulation for the most part. At least the experiences I've had. Or maybe with the Super Nintendo you do, actually. I don't know if that's true or not. But you're not using an accurate controller anyway. Hey, check this out. It's authentic. That's as real as it gets. Can't argue with that. But I know what you're saying about the money thing, though, for sure. Spencer, I've been trying to find a way to get the Resident Evil randomizer working. AMD, you should help me find a way to do that. No, honestly, I'll figure it out. It's just a matter of time. But how was your experience other than that it's difficult? Like, did you have fun? I actually hate the frog. It's bananas. No pun intended. This music. Some music. Yeah, I've modded mine actually, so mine does have a bunch of games on it. I can put whatever I want. I'll show you after. It's really easy to mod them, which is another plus, to be honest. You know what? People hate minecart levels. I love minecart levels. I'm not necessarily good at them, but I love them. Okay, I gotta concentrate. Don't expect me to read chat. Jesus. This gets crazy after the checkpoint. Jesus. Ah! I panicked. Yeah, I want to do that. That sounds like a lot of fun. It's a really good way to stream, right? Because you never really know what's going to happen. It's unpredictable. One of my followers, Xer, he was talking to me about it, and he was the one who like got me wise to it. But he was saying that oh, that jump's tough. He was saying that there we go. Oh, you can miss that. That would suck. Anyway, he was saying that like a time that a bunch of tyrants spawned in one room at a time, and it was just made the whole thing impossible. I think that's really funny and really cool. No time to think. You have to go in a flow state here. There's some bullshit parts coming up that I hate. I don't know exactly what it is. I just know that there's something that gets me every single time. I think it's a combination of a jump and then a bunch of those other, like, crocodile carts. What are those guys called, by the way? It's coming up in here soon. Shit. Okay, still got Diddy. Hey! That wasn't too bad. So Yawn? You're talking about Yawn? He spawned in that bathroom? That's crazy. Okay, I need Donkey here. I need my backup. I need my boy, Donkey. That's worthwhile. That's legit. Why do you, AMD, why do you say it's stupid to mod a collection piece? Like, if you got an emulator, that's like... How is that any more legit? What, you have it? Why are you talking smack? Why are you throwing shade if you have it? AMD always throwing riddles at me. Oopsie. Oh, I'm going backwards. What am I doing? I for some reason thought that we'd started from higher above and then we dropped down, but never mind. Bong, bong. Bad jump. Shit. Oh. I don't know if it will be. It started off being a collector's item, but then they just mass-produced it. Like, they've been making more of them since then. So I don't think they're going to be collectible. It's the same with the original Nintendo Classic. It was super rare until it wasn't. And now they're, like, selling them. Like, I'm sure you could pick one up at Best Buy right now. But AMD, what if you're like a 20-year-old kid and you've never played Super Nintendo and you want to? How would you even do that? Nintendo doesn't even offer a virtual console anymore. Had to make the sacrifice. Oh! Hot damn. This level. This is when the game, like, I don't want to say, like, stops being fun, because it's still fun, but it stops being fun in, like, the, oh, I'm just jumping around. It actually ends up being really difficult. In general, I find this game is actually pretty tough. Some of the later levels, it took me a long time. And I'm not going to lie, like, I took advantage of the save states. How much do you think a used Super Nintendo goes for that actually works? Oh, that was a really bad jump. Shit. It's falling apart. My life. That's a good question. What does a used Super Nintendo go for? Be careful with these jumps. Oh, fuck. God damn. Okay, so how much are games for Super Nintendo, especially like Mario RPG, Final Fantasy VI, Donkey Kong Country, Mario World? How much would all those be if you added them up? By the way, $80 for a Super Nintendo? Are you sure about that? That seems pretty cheap. I love how you bought a $100 Classic for $100, but you're saying that an actual original Super Nintendo is only worth $70. From like 1990. This guy. Okay. Oh my, damn it! Back to square one. Ooh, I don't like this. Be cautious. Where was that N? Oof. Damn it. You mean... Okay, wait, let me get this straight. So now you're talking about modifying the original Nintendo? Or like... using SD cards and ROMs? AMD, I think it's about time you admit that your criticism doesn't really make any sense. Because now you're basically, you're making a... Hey, Spencer, thank you for the cheer, man. I appreciate that. Hey, that's #1, by the way. Primo, that's good. That's a good time. Thanks for the vibes. Yeah, I'll be on here tomorrow, actually. Probably a little bit earlier. Not sure what I'm going to be playing. It might just be back to Resident Evil, actually. I may just finish the HD version. Just to get that done. Yo, what the hell was that? What was that? Oh, it fell out of the basket? I wasn't even paying attention to that. Shit. See, okay, here's what I had. Tell me what you think of this, Spencer. AMD was a big criticizer of this. But I had this thing above my head so that I could like catch them, right? Like I could pretend like they're falling on me. What I envisioned in my head was that there'd be a time where everyone would be donating and following and stuff so frequently that it would just be like a shower of stuff like that. So anyway, seemed like a good idea. To be honest, the placement looked kind of dorky, but it's hard to make that look anything but dorky no matter where it is. So it is what it is. I don't like being donkey on this level because you kind of want speed and agility, and you slow like molasses. Dude, Spencer, too generous, dude. You know, I honestly, I haven't been. I went from. Okay, so my previous donations were 1 bit, and then hold on, and then it was 2. Let me just check this out. Yeah, 1, 2, and 105. That's awesome, dude. Thank you so much. I have to go shopping later today because it's my birthday actually, and on the 6th. So my mom's like, "What can I get you?" And I'm like, "Okay, I don't want you to get anything for me." I don't know if anyone's moms are like mine, but basically like, I don't want you to buy any clothes for me or anything because it'll be awful. Not that I don't appreciate it, but it's like, I'll just pick it up myself because I'm an adult and I can do that. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing later today. So I'll buy something. Whoa, how come it went? Why did you go back to sleep? I thought I was screwed there. I'll buy something that I want with that money. So I appreciate it. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Gotta take the hit. Gotta take the hit. No! Where am I at? How many lives do I have? How many donkeys do I have? AMD, you had a flood and it ruined your Super Nintendo games? That sucks. How much does a linker cable cost? Shit, that guy actually screwed me over. That's a lack of patience. 10 more lives left, I'm nervous. For some reason, this game doesn't get me frustrated. There's a couple games, well actually there's many, there's an entire generation of games, because I find original Nintendo games just like piss me off more than they make me happy, if I'm being honest. But this game, no matter how many times I fail, I still have fun. That's like this, I don't know what kind of magic that is. It's like voodoo. But I enjoy. I get to jump on that thing. God damn it. That's like impossible. Ah! Okay, good. You said it was you said you needed a link cable. Because obviously you have to connect it to your computer in some way, right? Or you put an SD card in. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, isn't that funny how things like that influence the difficulty? It's like old arcade games are like designed to have you fail every like... Aw, that's a bummer. Designed to have you fail every like 30 seconds. Just so that you have to pay. Don't you go down there. Oh, that's a bummer. This part's really tough. I don't like this level. I don't know why in my mind this level always seems like it should be a later game level. I don't... It's just like for some reason the whole like Aztec thing. Eat it, buddy. Those guys have cool mohawks. The fact that it's so early in the game, I just find that so strange. It's like having a volcano level being like the second level. Like, no, you save the volcano level until the end of the game, right? Actually, you don't even know if I want to risk that. That actually looks harder. Interesting. Get the hell out of there. This guy's fast. Yeah, AMD, like, Super Nintendo games are like 5 megabytes. It's ridiculous. Shit. Oh, damn it. Actually, that's a good point. Yeah, Senko levels. Never thought of that. I'm gonna try up here this time. Holy, this is cool. Huh? Let me get it. Yo, that's not cool. That's not cool. Jesus. No way. I'm gonna let this guy. AMD, are you talking about the on the bottom right corner? Is that what you're calling an orange block? Because in some ways it is sponsored by that. I need more lives. Oh, I hate that I picked this up and then I want to get... Oh, shit. Okay. Maybe I can I hop off this guy voluntarily? Okay, that's kind of cool. Let me try that on this guy. off this dude. Eat that, sucker. Okay, this is nice. Oh, I don't like that. Who would go for that? Who cares about bananas? Oh. What is your favorite desert level in a game? What's like the first one that comes to your mind? Honestly, now that you got me thinking Mario 64, the desert levels in that game are coming to mind. Man, so these bosses are shit. Let's be honest. That's a pretty terrible, stupid boss. Alright, we're making progress. Not a super long game if you can manage to, like, make steady progress. I knew that guy was going to spit something. Whoa! I don't think I've ever seen this before. Are you talking about Gerudo Valley? Or that like area when you get... Actually, that whole dungeon is cool. Some people really hate light puzzles, but I like that one. Something funny about Ocarina of Time, when I first played that game, I was so obsessed with Final Fantasy VII at the time. I thought Final Fantasy VII was like the shit, and I actually thought Ocarina of Time was like lame next to it because I was comparing it to it all the time. So I kind of wished it had fixed camera angles and stuff. Super weird. But I think it's pretty clear over time that Ocarina like actually aged way better than Final Fantasy VII did. As much as I love Final Fantasy VII, and I do, I think it hasn't aged as well. There's a lot of really rough parts to that game. Nice. This is a fun level. Damn it. What was I thinking? Oh. Damn it! That was bad. I have no one to blame but me. Thinking of like desert levels. AMD, I am happy that you can stream now. I'm excited to watch you. Do you have any idea what you're going to stream first? Spencer, how dare you make a pun like that? Honestly, I think in terms of desert level, I think of Mario 3 when he has that sun that follows him all the time, and I hate that thing. The one that like jumps from the sky, kind of like swoops down at you. I hated that thing, but for some reason that's what I'm thinking of when I think of desert levels. Just because it's like, I hated it so much. That was probably close. Let me guess, AMD, it's going to be a Resident Evil game. It's going to be Code Veronica, isn't it? Yo, look at this. Oh yeah, this freaking level. Oh, I hate this level. I wonder if they have to pay royalties to LucasArts for having this take place on Endor. Oh, Jesus. I feel like that checkpoint's not gonna mean much. I think all the actual hard parts are coming out. Lucky. Oh, again, I got lucky. There was like some slowdown there. Did anyone notice that? Shit. Bloody hell. What's going on with my, hold on, let me fix something. I'll give one or two more attempts at this, and then I actually have to get going. But like I said, I will be on tomorrow. So if you guys want to come back tomorrow, I'd really appreciate it. No! Okay, I can't end it there. Okay. Okay, I can't end it there either. I'm not saying we're gonna finish the level, but I'm saying I don't want it to end there. Maybe off stream I'll pick up some lives too. So we're gonna have to backtrack for y'all. You're gonna stream a Mario game with your new laptop? Oh, that's so funny. See, this is where the addiction sets in, because now I can't leave until I do something better. This is bad, guys. I'm divulging. I think I'm just hungry. Is that a valid excuse? I feel like when I'm hungry, I can't play for shit. Okay. I also can't talk for shit either, so I apologize for that. Dang it. It's really fun to do. Alright, guys. That was fun. Yeah, so I'll be on tomorrow, probably earlier in the day, so expect me around, I don't know, maybe like 10:30, 11 a.m., something like that. Anyway, peace, guys. Thanks for joining. See you soon.